Yeah, Cloud 9, Cloud Carter. He has the Deviator movement with Wu-Tang Clan. Anyway, so yeah, he started up, they started this thing called digital and analog. So people that were analog was like antique, old. But those of us that were digital were like, we were up on things before they even like came out. Like we perceived them to already be in existence in a sense, and they later came out, but we was already there at that time with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you grew up with these guys from Wu-Tang?
Yeah.
So you went to at what age did you get to know any of them? Like what was the earliest? How did it start?
The DJ, which is Cloud, we had our little group when we were younger called Mophead Mafia. We all had dreads, and he drove a Honda Accord, I drove a Honda Accord. His was burgundy, mine was green, and we was just into the music thing. We was in our 20s at the time.
Okay. This is before Wu-Tang was Wu-Tang.
Yeah, so no, this is when Wu-Tang was just becoming Wu-Tang.
Okay.
And so what happened is wind up doing a mixtape because we were had a little rival with another familiar crew in Jersey City at the time called Low Cash and the Shady Bunch. And so we were doing these diss mixtapes against one another. Anyway, our mixtape happened to get into the hands of Sun God, who was the manager of Killer Army at the time. And so they happened to come through Jersey City one time asking about who's this guy 12-9, which is Cloud 9 now. Who's this guy 12-9 and who's the Mophead Mafia? So people started telling them, and they came to the house, and then from that point on, they signed Cloud as a DJ, and he just became the DJ.
And so were you rapping
at the time
over his beats?
Yeah, well, at the time I was rapping over Cloud's beats, but we did a lot of sampling back then. So we were just into making mixtapes, and so we'll play an instrumental or breakbeat, and we'll rap over the breakbeat or something like that. We had a studio that we would go record, and at the time we was recording with Maniac Mob, which consisted of Double J, Craig Ski, Kevin 11, and Leader One. So we would go to their studio. They were down with Flavor Unit, 45 Kings. So we go to their studio and record our music until we got, noticed by Wu-Tang Clan.
Damn.
Yeah.
And so that's really cool. And then, so Cloud 9 at that point was known as 12-9.
12-9, right.
He was the one that basically came up with the sound that Wu-Tang.
Well, no. I mean, RZA came up with the sound. You had other people, you had DJ Mathematics who came up with some sounds.
Okay.
Cloud 9 more or less came up with he came up with more or less putting mixes together and skits together, and some beats he's done as well, and being on stage to have that stage DJ.
He was kind of the wild card of the group, musically.
Well, yeah, in a sense, because he didn't belong to the group chose him.
Yeah.
So it was hey, you see somebody, you're like, you know what, you look like you can this, that, third, fourth, fifth. You like what you're doing, come with us, we gonna almost like a work interview. So you're doing your thing, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what, we're signing you to the group. And so he became the DJ Killer Army, which then led to him DJing for Wu-Tang Clan, period.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So then you wound up getting to know the other guys from through him?
Yeah. So I wound up
that's pretty amazing. An incredible musical group of all time, what they did for hip-hop and American music.
Absolutely. Stay in contact with Cloud 9 to this day, even though he's up in Jersey City where I'm originally from. I'll see guys come through all the time with Wu-Tang shirts on. I'll tell them, stop, let me take a pic, and I'll send it to the group.
Oh, nice.
And I'll send it to the group, shout them out, Deviator, Cloud Carter, shout out Wu-Tang Clan. Sometimes me and him get on the phone. I'm trying to put one of my artists that I have as well out. His name is Hooks. So I'm trying to get him, going with the Deviator situation right now, but we're just trying to get venues for him right now.
Welcome to Student of Life, the game show.
That was Keon, and we will hear more from him later on in the episode. The following was recorded outside of Wedge Brewery in the River Arts District of Asheville.
Shut up, you. He makes fun of the way I say water.
What's that? Say again?
Water.
You saying water?
Water?
You're saying W-A-T-E-R?
Water?
Is that the word you're trying to say?
Is that how you say it? Water?
Water.
Say it again, like your normal way.
Water.
Wudder.
Where you get that from?
I
Hey, that's
don't
not the word.
Yeah, that's like there's like a U in there.
No, I think you
I
should
didn't
say
get-
W-H-A-T-E-R. What?
What? Water?
Yeah.
No, it's
Wudder.
Wudder.
It is W-U-D-D-E-R.
W-O-O-D-E-R? Wudder?
Wudder.
What accent is that from? Are you guys
I have
from
no
like
clue.
part Canadian, part New Orleans?
My mom was born in Canada.
Oh?
Newfoundland, because my grandpa was in the Army or Air Force or
Newfoundland.
somewhere.
By the way,
Military.
talking all that smack about that bathroom here, the secret bathroom is actually pretty clean feeling.
Yeah?
Yeah. Doesn't smell.
Interesting.
Did you not know that? Is that responsibility as well to clean that?
I clean it well.
You clean it
Well,
well?
I mean, just because it's clean or dirty doesn't mean that there's not going to be a smell.
Sure. But no, I'm
The
saying,
guy's bathroom at the other location,
Yeah.
I think because there's not very much ventilation, like when I go in there to clean at night. Ugh, it's so muggy in there.
but I'm saying
It
the
smells
bathrooms
so-
in here, like the main,
Smells like
right when
weird.
you walk in.
Like
No, the other location, the men's bathroom just smells muggy. And like
this
farts.
But I feel like this one, every single time when you walk in, the bathrooms when you first walk in here are smelly.
I think
But
I'm
the
used
secret
to it.
bathroom doesn't smell.
Gotcha.
That's my take.
it's just like it's got that like.
Does it say secret bathroom over there?
But no, I think just someone said that to me one time.
I was like, how do you know it's called that?
Is it called that? Other people say that too?
That's what we call it.
Oh.
I don't even know it existed.
And it's, oh, you still didn't know. I was like, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
It was down there on the dock.
No,
Is it part
I
of-
never really ever came to
Part of Wedge?
I started working here.
It's not like part of like everyone, like all the other businesses on the little thing too.
I saw the new hats. I don't like them.
Okay.
Okay. So you said new what? Wedge hats?
Well, there was this like, the dude that owns Taco Bill's had this
Yeah.
sick wedge hat.
I think it's one of the new styles.
It's like this.
Oh, then yeah, that must be an old hat.
Taco Bill's the shit.
I can walk there in
I
5
don't know.
minutes.
Their breakfast tacos are good. Their lunch tacos. There's too much meat on them.
My favorite meat one is that one beef one that they do have for lunch, and I just think it's ugly to eat.
So they put
With the green sauce too.
There's got to be like a balance. There's like the tacos we got that day. It was like the meat was like overflowing out of the taco. It was like I could have just eaten the meat.
I don't know. I like stuffing meat in my mouth.
And on that note,
They're nice keens.
Thanks, man. I love.
What's that?
What is that?
that's so you got
Johnny
Robin
Depp.
Williams.
Johnny Depp.
No, Robin Williams, the dude from Audio Slave, and then the guy from Linkin Park, all
Yeah.
died, and they all have the same
Oh
dog.
man.
And they all committed suicide?
Yeah.
And they all the same dog?
Yeah.
Don't get that dog, y'all.
Yeah.
That dog brings
that on,
on
you know,
depression.
You do Instagram?
I mean, yeah.
You need Facebook. You know, fuck Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fuck Jerry. Yeah. I was just like, holy shit! It's the dog from Men in Black too.
Whoa.
There you go.
That wasn't me being sarcastic.
I
You
don't
looked
care
at me
either way.
like it was.
It's funny enough for me.
Wow.
So you haven't been drinking at all?
Today?
Yeah.
No, I drank yesterday.
I know, but I'm talking about today. Coffee.
Yeah. Coffee
you a
is like
buzz,
drugs
right? I know.
for me. That's
Yeah.
like when Joel was like, "Do you want coffee?" Because I've worked with him a lot recently, and I was like, "Fine, yes, I'm saying yes to the drugs." Good luck, Joel. He has to close with me tonight, so.
So that's why you give him a warning. You're like, all right, hey.
Well, coffee does the same thing to him that it does to me, so. He
I mean, it's
understands.
the best. But
I hate coffee.
oh, you hate it.
Yeah.
How often do you drink it?
Like never.
Oh,
He's never
really?
seen me on
I've
coffee.
never seen her drink coffee ever.
I've never. I guess
And
I've never seen
when we
it.
first started dating, it was tea, and I was just getting into tea, and she was making fun of my tea. So I ended up
Oh
stepping my
yeah,
tea.
and his fake ass honey.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was
What,
so
fake
judgy
honey?
and I kept my mouth
What do you mean
shut.
fake
and
honey?
Keep your mouth
I
shut.
did for weeks.
What's it
and
called?
I vented my.
What's it called? The fake honey?
It's that clove honey or whatever you buy from the grocery store that's not real.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
It was
That's
organic,
not
but it wasn't real honey, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta get real honey.
You mean it's not from?
You gotta get unfiltered, blah 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 blah. Raw, unfiltered.
She's a honey professional.
That was like one of the things that like went home to my brother and I was like, this guy
It's
uses
fake honey,
fake honey.
and he drinks tea.
No, I
Ah,
drink
okay.
tea, so I was all about the tea.
But he was like, he drinks coffee as well.
I stopped drinking coffee. I just recently started drinking coffee again, like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
Because
you're
I
into
drank
coffee.
so much coffee that it made me feel like shit.
It just makes me.
You just don't drink too much. Like start off slower.
I barely drank any today.
Really?
When I worked in Charlotte, so we would have guys. There would be a meeting upstairs in the mornings, and they would leave their leftover coffee for us. And some days I would like just break down and drink it. And my boss, every time he'd be like, "Oh, here we go." He just knew it was coming.
I'll have to get you some hipster jeans. Like all the other people that work here wear.
I just don't like what styles are styled right now. I was talking to my mom about that on the Ferris wheel. Like, the other night we were like talking about black cutoff jeans and a girl and like piercing right here. And then as my mom and I were standing in a line for the Ferris wheel last night, I was like, Mom, we saw somebody like this exact description. And I was like, ugh, I just don't understand these mom jeans and this and anything.
What do you mean
that's
this? What's this?
the piercing here.
Yeah.
Like, it's just become like a huge weird.
Yeah.
This was one of my Uber drivers coming up now. When I was in Vegas. Happens to be from Cuba. Really good guy.
What kind of interesting stories you got outside of Uber? Oh, because
the people know is they are crazy. They have to credit card register.
Right.
Uber.
That's
They
right.
have to pay. And the taxi cab driver, when I was taxi cab driver, is a lot of crazy history, bro. And the Uber,
Not
they
so
know.
much.
They know.
So tell me something about taxi cab driving.
When they vomit, they overcharge you. When
Right.
they is everything overcharge you, is they take care of that. You understand?
Yeah. So what's a good taxi cab story you got?
The people have to open the car on the freeway to get out. It's crazy. Drunk.
Jeez. Where are you from?
I'm from Cuba.
Oh yeah. Nice. I just met someone from Cuba on my flight over here.
Where?
When I just landed, you know, I just took a flight here, and the guy I was talking to next to me was from Cuba. I mean, he was only there his first 6 years of his life, but he's Cuban, you know.
Yeah.
How long have you been out of Cuba?
When I got out of the Cuba, I went to Spain to here. I got this country, maybe 2013.
Oh, nice. Well,
Almost 4 years.
okay. I'm from Miami originally, so I knew a lot of Cubans.
Yeah, I know. better go to Las Vegas because over there I learn English. It's very important. When I go to the Miami, all the time I speak Spanish. I never speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand. I love Miami. Yeah.
Do you?
I went 1 year ago. I took the cruise.
Yeah. So the driving here is different than driving in Cuba, right? Cuba, it's all the old cars, right?
Yeah. Oh God.
Isn't that right? Like the classic, because they don't allow, or isn't that they don't allow trade? Is that what goes on? Is that why there's no?
The car is classic, no problem. The car is it's crazy. It's the old car, but you put inside the Mitsubishi motor.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
So it works.
The old car is only the outside.
Gotcha. So they managed to get new engines and stuff in, but not the actual cars.
Yeah, there are all other cars. All car completed, the motor, everything. You understand?
Everything comes in except for the actual body.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
No. there are car is the outside is all car. For example, 2048.
Right.
But inside maybe the motor is maybe Mitsubishi or Chevy or like this, maybe 1997, 19 or 2001. You understand?
Right.
But there are another car. It's all car complete motors. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's different. It depend how is the possibility the person. If you have family outside, get out of the country, you can take the Chevy motor or Chevy engine like this.
What's you got a little piece of. Are you a baseball fan?
Oh, I love it, my friend.
You love it. Do you like the major leagues?
I watched little time. I follow little time, but I now right. I watched the startup on the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
It's crazy, this guy.
Oh, Giancarlo Stanton. What he's been doing?
Startup.
He's like hitting home runs every day, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Is he Cuban?
No, he's here.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying, is he? I feel like he's Latin.
He played in the World Classic by the United States.
Oh, for the United States. Okay. He's incredible, huh?
Yeah, no.
Who is he? Your favorite player?
Right here, I like it. Very Jeter. I love
Jeter.
Jeter. Yeah.
Right. He's donezo now, right?
Yeah.
What,
In my country, I love Herman Mesa.
Is he in the big leagues now over here?
In my country, no.
He plays in Cuba.
He played. No, yeah, he's retired right now.
Oh, he's retired. Okay.
Yeah, he's not. He's playing.
Yeah, Cuba's got some great baseball. It's interesting because none of the other South American countries love baseball. I mean, none of the other.
Soccer.
Right, they're all soccer. But Cuba is all baseball.
Yeah.
Always has been.
It's all time. Maybe now it's down.
Yeah.
Like down. Before it's good because the players don't get out from the country. Right now, coming here, it's down.
Because the good players are coming here.
Yeah. Cespedes, Puig.
Did you play yourself?
Play?
Yeah. Did you play baseball?
Yeah.
Like growing up?
I love more soccer.
You like soccer better?
Soccer.
Oh, okay.
I live in Spain too.
Right. And soccer's crazy. But Spain is great at a lot of sports. They produce great tennis players.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that where Nadal's from Spain? Nadal, the tennis player. And then they got great soccer. And you know what else they're great at now? Basketball.
Do you like basketball?
Love basketball.
Do you know what I love that? Tennis. Yeah, I love tennis.
You love tennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like tennis. I like it. I love Federer. He's the best. He's incredible.
This is crazy.
The way
the last Wimbledon, don't lost 1 cent. He doesn't lost 1 cent.
Yeah, I know. I watched that. It was just awesome. It's awesome that he's still so good. He's old. You would think he'd be done.
He play easy.
He could still be going for like 4 or 5 more years.
35 years old. Wow,
Yeah, the best of all time. Right?
Okay, my friend.
Great talking to you. I appreciate it very much.
And to close out our program, let's get back into our conversation with Keon about the Woo.
36 chambers, most people don't know it, but it's like 36 different groups in Wu-Tang that are artists. So you have 36 different sets of artists, from the Gravediggers, Killer Army, Sons of Man, Shaolin Booty Bunch, and so forth. So you have all these different artists, you know.
Right.
And so most people don't know that, but they always roll, the entourage is always going to be deep.
Right.
Always, because they affiliate with Mobb Deep, Terror Squad with Fat Joe and them. So like everybody's connected to Wu, like Wu-Tang get.
And even just Wu-Tang by themselves is huge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I just like the way their music was so leveled. You know, they were so deep. It was like prior to that, New York hip hop, which I loved, it was more sparse musically. You know what I'm saying? And then they put so many layers, and it was just so intense and awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, there was others that were all like. I'm a big fan of some of the New York artists before that even happened, like Tribe Called Quest.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't take nothing away from them, but at the same time, like Tribe Called Quest, you gotta think like if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no Wu-Tang.
Right.
You know, so like they paved the way, but at the same time, Wu-Tang took it to a whole different level because they done something totally different.
Yeah.
You know, they like literally embraced another culture and combined it with our culture, and then, you know, made both of it mesh and gel, and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And like, so most people don't know, even like RZA, he's like a Shaolin monk for real, and most people don't even know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one was in The Wire? One of them was an actor in The Wire for like a season. You know?
I don't know if it was Meth.
It might have been Method Man. I think it was. Because he acts now, right?
Yeah.
He still does? Yeah.
Probably, yeah, more likely it was Meth.